Hi, Christian. Sully here. Hope this finds you well and that things are sort of stabilizing for you and your family. I see here what happened on the squat. Let's make some allowances for the fact that you've been under a usual amount of stress lately, and chalk it up to that for the moment. Um, let's take a look at the set that you recorded here. This is set 3, so this is where you had a rep go, um, a rep get left behind. Aim, setting up your stance. I think your toes can be out even more than that. That's better depth. That's much better depth. Let's take a look at that rep in a little bit more detail here. So if your toes were pointed out more, I mean really pigeon-toed, you would be able to drive your knees out to the side more. I want you to go bow-legged or frog-legged at the bottom of the squat. Drive your knees out to the side. Now, as you descend, your knees continue to slide forward and slide forward and slide forward and slide forward. So by the time you're a third of the way down, your knee position should already be over your toes and it should stop. Your knees should be fixed at that point. Now here, you're getting pretty good depth, and that's the hip drive. That's good. But I want more knees out and less knees to the front. That's a better depth for me, Christian. That's good. So you bend over. Now, as you go down, by the time you're, sorry, YouTube is killing me here. By the time you're here, your back angle should be set and your knee position just barely in front of your toes and knees out to the side, that should be established as well. So neither your back angle nor your knee position, which should be a little bit more forward here, neither of those two things should change. At the very top part of the squat, in the top third, you establish your back angle, you establish your knee position, and then you just lower your hips and raise your hips. Instead, what's happening is your back angle is pretty consistent, but your knees are continuing to slide forward. Get your knees where they need to be at the very top, and then fix them in position. Tight knees, then just lower your hips and raise your hips. Drive them up. That's good. Tiny change in back angle on the way up. That's to be expected. I can tell that you're tired by this point. Earlier sets may have looked a little bit better. Hip drive, hip drive. Good. All right. I can tell those were heavy. Again, I think that your recovery may be challenged by recent events. We're going to keep the weight there next time, and we'll just see what happens. So we can just do that now. You get a little bit of a look at the guts of the thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to your Fitbot. And take a look at your workout here. This was 57 and a half. So we're going to leave that there next time. Oops. Okay. Save that. I'm going to fill in the other ones later. Again, I want to emphasize to you that when you complete a workout, make sure you mark the workout as complete. That helps the boss keep track of me, keeping track of you. So let's look at the press. That's a little bit better grip, but I'm going to ask you to straighten out those wrists. See, these wrists are bent way back. Again, take a look at the starting strength video and take a look at the book if you can, and keep that wrist straight. These wrists are in hyperextension, and I want the wrist to be pretty much straight, which means that the bar should probably be up here somewhere, just underneath your chin. So that's going to be one of the next things that we work on, is getting those wrists straightened out. This wrist almost looks like the top of a clean. Hip is a little bit better there. Knees are a little bit straighter. Top position continues to look good. Okay, you want to keep the bar close to your face. Try not to press it around your face. Make the bar go straight up, and then you have to get your face out of the way and then get back underneath it. Top position looks good. I'm going to watch your knees on this rep. Lock them tight. Knees look good. Shrug looks good. All right. My major complaint today is with your grip. This is incorrect, Kristian. This not only is this correct, it's like real incorrect, and I'll show you what I mean. I'm talking about the way that you rack the bar. This is not correct. This is dangerous. Backing the bar into the rack that way. So you should be facing that mirror. I'm surprised I didn't notice this earlier in the set. You should be facing that mirror. Backing a bar into the rack is not a good idea. So you should be facing the hooks and the rack, lift the bar, back it out, and then walk it straight in. Backing the bar into the rack is just not a good idea. So that's a safety issue, and I would like to ask you to correct that. Okay, I'm looking at your note here on the deadlift. Let's see what happens. Okay, inch away from the bar, toes pointing out. Grip, chest up. Okay, knees need to be straight at the top. Big breath, set your back. Okay, you want to make this a lean back at the top. It doesn't need to be a lean back. What's more important is that you straighten your knees, you stand straight up and lift your chest, right? This is not completely locked out. So any judge on a powerlifting platform would red light this, right? It's more important that you just stand up straight, lift the chest, and lock out your knees. This will get a little bit tough on your knees over time. Big breath. That's right, you started with your hips a tiny bit low. That's probably where your back and knees should be as the bar comes off the ground, because that's just what physics demands. Now, you want to make sure that you don't leave your back behind. So your back should be coming up as your hips open up. So if we look at the beginning of this rep, that's just your back going to where it needs to be when the bar comes off the floor. Kind of fussing around down there a little bit. Big breath. Okay, now, when the bar comes off the floor, at the moment the bar comes off the floor, your back, knees, hips, arms, all in the correct position, because they have to be, just physics. So this is your back angle as you're coming up off the floor. You can see that it goes slightly more horizontal, and your hips are rising faster than the bar is rising. So you need to keep this back angle just a few degrees more vertical as you're coming up out of the hole. And that's a little bit more what you should finish like with regard to your upper body, and the lower body you need to straighten out your knees. Yeah, that fifth rep was better. It went around your knees a little bit, but that's going to clean up with more weight. All right, so I think we can progress everything else as before. I'm going to keep your squat where it was for today, but I think this is more of a recovery and stress issue than a weight issue. We'll see the next time you do the squat. So I hope this finds you well. My best to you and your family, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.